What's up YouTubers? Welcome to the Lee Burke project. I'm Lee Burke, and in this video we're going to be having a look at how to find products on Amazon that make us $5,000 per month profit each. Now, I've always wanted to do this, so action! Alright, let's get into this. So on the left here I've got Firefox open, and I'm open into a product called Jungle Scout, and this is the Jungle Scout web app I've got here on the left. On the right I've got Google Chrome, and I'm just open up in your regular Amazon session there. I'll explain in a moment why I'm in Chrome, and it's to do with a web app, to do with the Chrome extension, which I'll show you in a moment. But Firefox is my preferred browser, so I'm going to do most of my browsing in there. So if you haven't heard of Jungle Scout already, it's a web app that allows us to search products on Amazon and filter them down according to specific criteria that we designate in this section that you can see here at the top. There's a link for Jungle Scout down the bottom. They also have a Chrome extension, and that's the one I'll be using over here, so I'll show you that in a moment. But let's start with the web app here. So essentially what it allows me to do, if I go through the options here, at the top we can choose the marketplace. I'm going to start off with the US market, and I've already got these categories here that I've selected, the ones you can see in orange. I've selected these because these are generally the categories that I kind of like to research and look around and develop products in. Some of the categories are harder to work with. So for example, books, not a lot of money to be made, very small margins, very high volume, and a lot of big players that already have that market really kind of stitched up. Other things like beauty, groceries, a bit harder. Beauty, so some of those categories can either be gated, or they're just kind of not the type of categories you want to be selling your products into. So with the gated categories, you can get ungated if you can prove that you sell those products offline. So you have to provide invoices and stuff like that. So for me, not really worth it. Then over here we have our filters. So the easiest way to figure out what to put in here is just to hover on the little eye icon as you move down. So if I say my price, select the minimum and maximum price, and that's for the actual product itself. So if you go too low, it doesn't really kind of become worth your while unless you can kind of get really high volume for that product. So generally I kind of like to stick above $12, but I'm going to leave it at 8 here anyway. Just allows me to kind of have a bit more of coverage across what's out in the marketplace. Same at the top end. I probably wouldn't go over a product over $75, but I put it up at 100, and it just allows me to see that full spread, full range of products through that entire price range. Now hover here, and we can see for net that you need to select your minimum and maximum net price minus your FBA fees. I'll explain those in a moment, but basically this is how much money you want to make. So I'm leaving max unticked because I don't want to cap how much money I can make, so I'll leave it at that. Rank, you can select the bestseller rank, minimum and maximums. I'm going to leave that blank for now. For your estimated sales, it's your monthly sales based on rank. So the products coming up in the list below, I want to be selling at least 100 units per month. Estimated revenue, at least $1,000 per month. You can put, a lot of people put that up because they want to, you know, make even more than that. But again, I don't want to limit myself just in this product research stage. Now reviews can indicate how competitive a niche is. So I like to cap that probably at below 100, but again, I'm going to put it at 200, and I don't really need a minimum. Rating, I'm not going to worry about. Weight, now this is in pounds, so if you're doing kilograms, you'll need to convert. So I'm just looking at smaller items in this time round, so I'm going to leave that at 2 pounds. Number of sellers, now this is another indicator of competition, so I'm going to leave that at 5. And listing quality is Jungle Scout's own way that they kind of score and grade products against one another, right? So if it's 100, then it would be the best, and if it was 1, it would be a lower grade type of listing. So you may, for example, want to put in 1 to 50 here. And that would allow you to weed out and kind of find products that don't have good listings that you can then go in and create an awesome listing with awesome product photos, etc., and come in and kind of dominate that niche. Anyway, I'm going to leave that blank for now, just for this example. Now up here we've got a product tier, so whether or not you're looking at standard or oversized type of products, I go with standard. Oversized shipping is just going to be too expensive. The types of sellers, whether or not it's for Amazon itself as a seller, fulfilled by Amazon. Now this is FBA, this is where people ship their products into Amazon and Amazon fulfills the orders and ships them out. But the product itself is owned by the individual sellers. Or fulfilled by merchant. And this is where the merchant is just shipping the product themselves directly from their own warehouse or house or whatever it may be. So I'm going to leave those guys off. I'm going to stick with Amazon and fulfilled by Amazon. You can go up to a maximum of 200 results per page. So I'm going to leave that at 200 and click search. I've already been searching here. And then essentially we can just scroll down the page and start having a look at the results. Now the way I like to do this is I'm very visual, so I will kind of look at the photos, if I'm perfectly honest. And the other thing I will do is then, if I find something that catches my eye, I will kind of scan across here, look at the price that it sells for, the net price. So this will be basically your profit on the sale minus the FBA fees for selling and storage and everything else. I can also see the weight, so I can see that they're quite light, which is good. And I can see their ranking in Amazon, how many people are selling it, LQS, not sure what that one is at the minute. Estimated monthly sales, 190, and then the estimated monthly revenue. So this straight away is kind of looking to me like a really good product, because I know that at such a light weight, and given that it's just paper and stickers, you can get these manufactured very, very low in China and get them shipped very cheaply, and then you can sell them for $14.99. And then what you can do is, because Amazon is fulfilling them at $4.66, you've got $10.33 to play with. So say they cost you $1 per packet to manufacture and to ship over to the US, to Amazon's warehouse. You've really got $9 there to play with, not just for profit, but you've got your marketing and whatever else on top of that. Also, you know, returns or any damaged or broken items as well. So, but you do have a lot to play with, so that looks like a really good product. So what you do if you want to add a product to your tracker, you just click this one, little plus button. It's added to my tracker. I see a little tick next to it. What will happen then is Jungle Scout will begin tracking that product for me and the sales of that specific product until I stop tracking it. And then at any time I can go into the product tracker. We won't go in there now, but that will allow me to, within the product tracker, see how many sales are actually occurring on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And essentially it's my competition analysis. So analyzing the competition, how much you're selling, seeing where they appear within the search results of Amazon, and then being able to, manufacture, produce my own product and compete against them that way. Right, so that estimated revenue, that's a $3,000 product right there. Right here, this is a $6,000 per month product. Now, when I look at something like this, I see Acupoint set of 2 physical therapy balls. I see that it's Acupoint. I can't tell and be 100% sure here, but what I am thinking is that they may specialize in these types of physical therapy type of equipment. So they may be known within the industry. I don't know because I'm not familiar with this product, but certainly worth taking into consideration, kind of not going up against well-known brand names in the niches. Another example is this one here. So I probably wouldn't play in this field. Also, it's a £2 product, even though the net revenue here is good and the monthly revenue here is awesome. But what that actually tells me is that this player, this Be Smart, Get Prepared, this is the brand here, is actually probably a massive player in this market. So I probably don't want to, play in their playground, as it were. But what I can do is, if you just copy this, you can copy this. You can click the this button here and view it on Amazon, but I don't want to view it within Firefox. I want to view it in Chrome. Well, it probably doesn't actually matter for this one. But I'm just going to have a quick search for that. Okay, so we can see here, Be Smart, Get Prepared, Be Smart, Get Prepared. Right, they have a whole different product range here, all specializing in first aid kits. So obviously that's probably how they've been able to dominate this market and get such a large figure here. So we're looking for smaller monthly revenues, stuff that's light, easy to ship from China to the US and store in the Amazon warehouses and then get fulfilled by Amazon. But I'll show you the Jungle Scout web app, the Chrome extension. So over here we've got all these first aid boxes. You can see sponsored results here. That just means that these guys are advertising, using Amazon's advertising platform to display those. But it also appears here at the top of the rankings anyway. That's just based on because I've put in this exact keyword phrase rather than something a bit more generic. Right, so let's scroll down and have a look at some of the other products here. So what I kind of do is I'm scanning the photos, I'm scanning across, having a look at how light and small the products here might be on the left. So they're obviously going to be cheaper to ship from China. I'm looking at the pricing, the estimated sales. I'm looking for around 300 per month because we're really looking for that sweet 10 per day sales. And then the title of this video is 5,000 per month. So we're looking at anywhere above $3,000 per month per product. But this one is getting up towards that $5,000 range, and that's your revenue, obviously before costs. So whatever this costs to produce, you would need to minus that from that figure. So really, if you want to make 5,000 per month, you really kind of should be looking for around 7,000 when you look on the right here. But of course, you don't need to get there with just one product. You can start with one and then build up and, come out with 2 or 3 products. Right, so scrolling down. Dad's Garage here. So this is selling for $15.63. It's only half a pound. $209 per month, 3,000. So that's another good one we could track if we wanted. Keep scrolling down. Glass, ordinarily I'd stay away from, but this one's saying it's unbreakable. So that might be a product you'd want to explore. But once you get 4 into a box, the volume of the package that you're sending over from China is actually getting up there. We kind of want to stick to below a shoebox size, and probably even smaller if you can get away with it. So here we have a Game of Thrones, Hand of the King bottle opener, King's Collection. So that might actually be something that they produce themselves. So you may not be able to find suppliers producing that exact item in Japan. Kids gloves, 300. So this is another good one. Only weigh less than half a pound, $15. They net $10 here. 309 units and about 5,000 revenue. So what I do is I just continue scrolling down, looking at products, adding them to my product tracker where I need to. If I need to kind of calculate the revenue further, what you can do is just Google Amazon Revenue Calculator. It will bring you up to this. And what you can do, once that comes up, is you can take the ASIN number, which is the Amazon number. So for example, if we were looking at ring lights over here, and I found one that I liked. I found this ring light, and I wanted to see how much. It's $119 for this one. So scroll down here, copy this ASIN number, just paste it in here, do a search for that. So what I like to do is just put in the price that you see, or the average price. So let's say 120 here. So it'll be $120. And then I just combine the shipping and the cost of my product. So to get an idea of the cost of my product, I would go over to Alibaba or AliExpress.com and try and find an average from suppliers, how much it's going to cost. So let's say we can, just as an example, get those for $50. Then click calculate. This will actually calculate my net profit. So it's $42. So it may actually end up being more to ship these over. So let's just say 70, $22. If we can run this Jungle Scout Chrome extension, actually I can't run it on that page. You need to run it from your search results. What I can get is my estimated, let's just see if this works. I think I need to restart Chrome, but we may be in luck. Otherwise, what I'll do is I'll just estimate that if I'm ordering 500 units, what I do is put 500 in here, whether or not that's monthly or however long it takes me to sell those initial 500 units. Then I can see that my actual net profit over here is $11,110, and that's after the cost of my goods, the Amazon fulfillment, shipping them over from China to America, everything like that. So that's how I do that piece. So really, grab the Jungle Scout web app. There's a link below. Set your parameters. You can copy the ones I've got here or come up with your own, or just experiment, play around with those. When you find a good product, click the plus button to add it to your product tracker. Then have a look and see what price you can get those products for from somewhere like Alibaba or AliExpress. Once you know the approximate price and the shipping, plug those figures into here. And then use the Jungle Scout Chrome extension, which is this one here, and it will tell you how many of each of these products are being sold per month. So just get an average, and then you can plug that in here, or I like to just put in 500 because that's the minimum order quantity that I'm going to be ordering anyway. And then basically go from there. It will tell me if it's a good product. I'll track it on the product tracker, and then I'll make a decision. So that's pretty much it for this video. So thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like the video because that helps me out. I'm only starting out on this YouTube channel, and any likes or comments, I'm obviously going to reply to all the comments, so that's going to be awesome. And please subscribe. So thanks, guys. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.